Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Let's start on the 4-hour chart. Difficult updates at the moment because literally not much happened. You would think they are the easiest updates for me, but to be honest, they are the most difficult ones if there isn't really much to update, because I always feel bad about it. But okay, if there is nothing, you know, I can't make something up. But still though, there is something to talk about on the lower time frame. But for everybody who's new on the channel, yeah, what's the overall situation here on the 4-hour chart? We can still see and we still track this potential 5-wave pattern to the upside in a wave 1 and wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a possible wave 5 to the upside. Still to come, that 5th wave could reach sort of possibly $200. Depends a little bit on how low the wave 4 goes. Is the wave 4 already complete? I don't think so. Been mentioning it a few times that, you know, the wave 2, it took the wave 2 a couple of months to develop. So it makes sense that the wave 4 would also be in that, you know, sort of region of duration, roughly. You know, it should at least take sort of 1 to 2 months, I think, for the wave 4 to unfold. Now, the question is, of course, has this wave 4 already started or not? I think it's quite likely it has. At the same time, I cannot rule out this one more extension higher, so we're going to take a look at that on the shorter time frame. But looking at the bigger picture here, the key support level is $47. As long as this level remains intact, one more high in a wave 4 is expected. No, one more high in a wave 5 is expected. And yeah, if that level breaks, we have to come up with alternative counts. But at the moment, there's no need. We're not even close to that $47 level. I would then obviously have to assume that a 3-wave top has formed and we're breaking down, but that will make the entire chart very, very uncertain. But at the moment, it's very clear that this is so far only a 3-wave move to the upside. We don't have 5 waves at this stage, making it quite likely that there should still be a wave 4 and a wave 5. So quite a bullish assessment at the moment about Solana. Looking at the shorter time frame, here you can see the two scenarios. One is short-term bullish, one is short-term bearish. Always worth knowing both scenarios, because, you know, what happens if we break down and you don't know about the short-term bearish one? What happens if we break up and you don't know about the short-term bullish one, you know? First of all, let's talk about the scenarios, because, you know, probabilities are fairly balanced at the moment on this chart. They really are fairly balanced on the smaller time frame. That's an important outcome of any analysis, because as long as we haven't got a breakout confirmation and probabilities are balanced, you know, you might want to be a bit careful here, because there is no clear pattern on the smaller time frame, because the probabilities are balanced, and the triangle that we can see form here is typically indicative of a balance of forces. And if the bulls and the bears, you know, if no side is clearly winning, there is no indication of a 5-wave move into either direction, then it means maybe be a bit careful. I mean, you can still speculate for the price to move either way, but we really need to wait for a breakout. We don't have a breakout until we see certain levels cross. And let's talk about what these are. So first of all, we have the short-term bullish scenario in which this 3rd wave is actually still unfolding, with a target of $134.80 plus. In this scenario, and I haven't labeled the entire structure because it would get quite full and, you know, messy, but I just want to help you understand that this could be a W, X, Y structure, and the X wave is a triangle that could be nearly complete. I've actually labeled the micro count for this triangle earlier today, and a triangle is always a 5-wave move, A, B, C, D, E. So we have here an A wave, a potential B wave, a C wave, a D wave, and the E wave might be unfolding right now in an A, B, C structure. That means it could be ready or nearly ready to break out to the upside. Okay, if that happens, what would be the target? Well, ideally it reaches really 134.80 at least. And there are a few conditions, however, for the white count to remain valid. First of all, to remain valid, the price needs to hold above $85.50, which it's doing at the moment. A sustained break below that level. So first of all, any break below that level would invalidate the white structure as it is, and a sustained break below that level would clearly indicate that the yellow C wave to the downside is unfolding, which is the short-term bearish scenario. Also, to keep the white wave count alive, we will then need to see a break above what I have labeled as yellow wave A, so above 108.50. would need to take out $116.40 next, and then we can get to that white target box. On the flip side, the yellow count, which is the short-term bearish count, also allows for a triangle count, but in the yellow count, and it also could be finished. Now, to be honest, I don't think in the yellow count that the triangle is already finished, so I'll move it along. Why? Because typically when the wave count is finished in a triangle, we would, one second, A, B, C, the D might still be unfolding. The reason is that typically when the triangle is broken or complete, we would see quite an aggressive move to the downside. Haven't seen that at this stage. Okay, so it is also possible that maybe the E wave itself unfolds actually as a triangle itself. But either way, you know, the triangle count, it's technically full. So we need to be very mindful that at any point we could see a breakout to the downside in the short-term bearish scenario in which the C wave to the downside is unfolding. And it could be targeting, first of all, $79.30 next. That's the next main support. And then $59.40. But yeah, we need a breakout confirmation. And yeah, I just mentioned to you the invalidation point for the white count. That's basically at the same time the confirmation level. So the breakout level for the white count, yeah, is basically the confirmation level for the yellow count, $85.50. Yeah, and so, but be careful here. This is obviously we are moving here into the apex. You can see that of this white structure of the white triangle. Less and less volatility, less and less volume. That typically indicates something big is coming, because it's like a spring that you compress, and at some point the energy is set free. And that means a big move is coming. What I can't promise you is which direction it's going. So we have to be very mindful. And the analysis allows us to understand that at the moment, probabilities are fairly balanced, so be careful. And what the breakout points are. Once we have a breakout, that is when we can focus on that direction. At the moment, the balance of forces typically in triangles, so that always makes it a bit challenging. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. You'll find the links in the description, and on Twitter and Insta you find content about mindset, signals, short-term market updates, and much, much more. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.